All right, y'all. So the Bitcoin price action, I really want to discuss what is happening here because in my opinion, what we are seeing is a little bit atypical, a little bit unclear, and I've been seeing a lot of different videos on YouTube, people giving their bullish and or bearish projections. And I really think it's important when we are in times like these that we as traders take a few steps back. Our goal should be to approach these charts and objectively determine what areas are the best places to enter trades, whether that be a long trade or a short trade. So what I want to do today is I kind of want to walk through what is happening, and then maybe we can determine a plan for the future as how we want to trade this price action, because as we can see, Bitcoin has been consolidating here for a few days in what some people are calling a bull flag. Now, in addition to this potentially being a bull flag, we can also see something very interesting. We have this area of support and resistance that has been clearly respected as our support back in December and January, and then clearly respected as resistance over here in February once, twice, and then you could say we've broken out and have retested it and are now potentially going to put in a higher high. I've seen a lot of people talk about the fact that we have came down to the low at about $33,000, which by the way was a long setup. I did give in advance in the VIP Discord. This is a swing long that I am in from about $33,000. Shout out to everybody in the VIP Discord who took that trade. If you do want to get into the VIP Discord where we give trade setups in advance, like the juicy short trade that we took last week from about 47.4, and then we flipped that right into a long trade as well. You can go to patreon.com/Jason Casper. We have a great community of traders there. But people have been saying we're in a clear uptrend where we have our low, our higher high, our higher low, and now we have put in our higher high, and now we've retested this resistance potentially to put in another higher high. Another bullish sign right here, other than the market structure being in an uptrend, is the fact that if we take our Fibonacci retracement tool from the most recent low that we put in to the most recent high that we put in, we have also perfectly bounced off of this 382 Fibonacci level. Why is that so significant? That is significant because if you are in a strong trend, you are likely to get a bounce off of that 382 Fibonacci level before continuing in that trend. Okay, so we've had this very fast impulse to the upside. This is the daily chart right here. So from the middle of March all the way to the end of March, we had a very strong uptrend. Now we're retracing off the 382. So is it rainbows and butterflies from here on out, guys? Are we going to see higher prices? Well, it's very possible, but before we FOMO into a long trade, okay, we need to look at the areas of resistance that are above us and determine the context of the market. And speaking of FOMOing in, guys, make sure to FOMO into the like button of this video. As you can see, this is the chart for the like button of this video, the JCLB index, the Jason Casper like button index. It is mega bullish. How do you know for sure it's mega bullish? Because a guy on YouTube told you, mega bullish. FOMO into the like button right now, guys. I usually don't give trade setups on YouTube, but if I had to give one, I would say that if you like the video, you only have to risk this much to potentially gain this tiny little sliver of profit. Make sure to like the video, guys. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to share this video on Twitter, on MySpace, on AOL Instant Messenger, and all the things that you hip young kids are into these days. Okay? So, am I ultra bullish on Bitcoin right now? The answer is I am not ultra bullish. I am actually pretty neutral, and there's a few things that will determine exactly what is going to happen in the future, in my view. Now, first of all, we can see that although we have found support at what was previously resistance, we can take a look at some very, very interesting things, which is, first of all, if we pull a fib from the all-time high to the low, we can see that we are not only bouncing off the 382 from the low to the high, but we are rejecting off the 382 from the high to the low. Now again, in a very strong trend, we will retrace off the 382. So if we are in a downtrend, okay, the 382 is an area that we need to be very much so aware of before we are getting super bullish, right? Because we know that price is likely to reject from here. Okay, so for me, what I would really want to see is I would want to see price come above that 382, maybe come down for a retest and look for a swing long position. If you're not in a long position, look for a long position right over here after we get that retest, because there's no reason to get super bullish and FOMO long right now, simply because we have had one impulse to the upside. Another reason why I'm a little bit cautious is because if we do take a look at some of the volume that traded, in fact, I'm just going to go ahead and put on a visible range volume indicator over here, and what that will do is that will show us where the majority of the volume was trading. And we can see right here that the highest volume node, right, the most volume for Bitcoin that has traded since the end of December 2020, okay, we're talking multiple years here, right, from 2020 to almost halfway through 2022, is literally right here at the price of $47,200. What does this mean? This means that we are at a very key area of resistance right now. And a lot of people are getting very, very bullish, and I'm not saying the price cannot come higher, because we are in an uptrend. But what I am saying is it would behoove those of us who are really looking to extract money from these markets in a smart way, it would behoove us to wait for more confirmation if we're not already long from down here or down here or down here or even down here, right? It would behoove us to wait for more confirmation that we are in fact going to flip this important area of resistance into support. And here's why. If we take a look at all this volume, right, if we can reclaim this high volume node, then I am expecting to see Bitcoin probably come up to the high 50s, all right? And here's why. We can look at this visible range that we have here on the chart and notice that there's three major spikes in volume, okay? The first one is down here, the second one is right here, and the third one is right here. And these are going to be the three major high-term time frame levels that we need to be aware of to be looking for positions that we can get ourselves into that we can hold, right, as like potential swing trades. And notice, you know, the areas to really look for our trades were on these lines, right? The halfway point will act as support. If we are above it, it will act as resistance if we are below it. And so we just need to be a little cautious here, right? Because we don't know if we are going to do something like this and then come back down, right? We just don't know. So just a word of caution, right? I'm not saying we're not going to come higher. I'm just saying we need to be a little bit cautious. Now, something else that does make me a little bit cautious here is the fact that if we come over to a monthly volume profile chart, we can see that just above where we are right now, we also have this naked monthly point of control. Okay, a naked monthly point of control at about $48,700. Now, why is this so important? That is so important because this is the month of November, right? And during the month of November, it was basically after we hit our all-time high, and then we had that major crash down. And you can see that we have 64 billion volume for that month. And of this one candle, the point of control, the highest volume node of that candle, is coming in right above where we are now, about 48,700. Okay, 48,700 is going to be just above that last high that we put in right about here. Right about here. It's an estimate, it's a guesstimate, right? This is another reason why I am being cautious, because when we take a look at our indicator, Market Cipher B, and this is actually very important, if we take a look at Market Cipher B, potentially we are being set up for something that could be quite bearish, okay? And that is this. We could see the 4-hour time frame, money flow coming down, momentum coming down. If we do get another big pump to the upside and we come into this key area of resistance, and again, this entire zone that we're in right now is a key area of resistance, right? Because we know that when we're just looking at the volume indicator, that this is a very, very high volume node, right? And if we do get another push to the upside and we put in that higher high right here, then potentially we could be getting a bearish divergence big time on the 4-hour time frame, where we have the momentum coming down and we also would have the money flow coming down. Even if the money flow puts in another wave like that, and even if the momentum gives us another wave like this, that actually, believe it or not, is a top signal for Bitcoin. In fact, we can go back to November 10th, the day that we put in Bitcoin's all-time high, and take a look at what Market Cipher B was doing then. Market Cipher B was giving us a very clear top signal up here, right? Look at what Market Cipher B was doing on, this is now the 3-hour time frame. When we zoom in to that all-time high, we had something very similar where we put in a high, right? Then we came down, and then we put in a higher high. But look at Market Cipher B. Market Cipher B, the money flow, we can see, we could just draw a trend line across the money flow, was getting lower. And not only that, but the momentum on the 3-hour time frame here was also getting lower. I have found multiple times that this is a very clear top signal, where if the money flow and the momentum is getting lower on Market Cipher B on the 4-hour, as we come to a very key area of resistance, it could be extremely bearish and could even act as the top of a more macro trend. So because we know we're coming to a key area of resistance, we just need to be aware of those things. And so a lot of people want to FOMO into trades. A lot of people want to get into long positions because they think the price is going higher. But the truth is, if price has already just pumped up for the past 2 weeks, you know, what did your grandfather tell you when he told you to get into trading, right? He said, son, if you want to get into investing, it's totally easy. Let me tell you what you're going to do, right? You're just going to buy low and sell high, right? So why would we be buying high when we know we're coming into some crucial areas of resistance? Now, again, if we are going to see higher prices, I would really like to see us come back above, retest, and confirm, and be looking for a long trade after confirmation of flipping resistance into support. Now, if you want to learn how to trade this way, and if you want to learn how the way we trade in the Discord, where we come up with a plan in advance and then trade the plan according to our confirmations. For example, took a short from literally right here. This was a trade setup that was given in advance in the VIP Discord. It was actually super dang juicy because we knew in advance, that's the long that we took, we knew in advance what we wanted to see. We wanted to see price coming up to the golden pocket, the high volume node, and the daily level with a bearish divergence on Market Cipher B. We come over to the chart here. What happens? Price is coming up into that exact level, and Market Cipher B is giving us the bearish divergence, right? This is the key to trading successfully, having a plan in advance and then sticking to it, okay? And if you want to learn how to do this, you can go to jasoncaspertrading.com. This is the course that will give you the knowledge and the skills you need to become a confident, profitable trader, because what we do is we walk you through step by step a very clear point A to point B comprehensive trading system so that you always know where you're looking to enter a trade, where you're going to take profit, etc. A 25% discount in the description of this video. 25% off, guys. This course is changing the way people trade these markets. In fact, I get testimonials all the time, guys. People are actually becoming full-time traders after taking this course. Shout out to of course I'm not gonna find him now. I'm not gonna find him now because I'm doing a video, but somebody in here just recently quit their job and started trading full-time, and I'm really stoked for them. I'm so happy for them. But shout out to Titcow, who made over 20K in the first 60 days thanks to the course and the Discord. Whatever. The point is, guys, this is changing the way people approach the markets. This will help you out. There's a 25% discount in the description. I'm not going to talk anymore about that. But these are pretty much the main levels I'm looking at for Bitcoin. I don't really know what is going to happen, obviously, because nobody can look into the future. But I'm just here saying, you know, for me personally, besides the long trades that I'm already in, I'm not getting overly bullish here until I get more confirmation. I'm not going to add to my long trades here until we get more confirmation that we are indeed going to break these levels. And if we do come to the downside, we need to be aware that it will be very easy for us to come lower if we start to lose, I would say, this previous resistance now flipped into support. Let me just clear up the chart real quick. This white line right here, if we lose this white line, about 45K, it will be very, very easy for us to come back down to first 42,000 and then all the way down to around 38,000 area, because this could be one giant fake out, right? We broke out on Friday. This could be one giant fake out, and we just come all the way back down to the low where we've been trading. So just some thoughts, guys. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. God bless everybody, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.